I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree, hmm? So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstone. Excellent control there. Don't lose your composure. Splendid! Happens to the best of us. That's it! Very good. Points to Hufflepuff. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
What's this? Phew.
Accio. Not to worry.
Here we go. That is how it's done. Let us see this. There we go.
Accio. Very good. Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Visa. Yes!
Accio. Don't lose your composure.
Watch this. That is how it's done.
Excellent control there.
Here we go. There we go.
Accio.
Brilliant.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go too easy on you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Well, it's been nice talking and competing with you.
And with you. I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course.
A word,
can
if you would.
on humans, if you're so inclined.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson.
Well, an outdoor
What charm is there in the... Miss Onai is...
Of course, Professor.
Miss Onai is... Now, Professor, expect to hear from me soon.
Yeah, man, I'm hanging in there.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Hello, you wanted to speak to me?
Hope your first day's going well.
I've been fortunate.
My brother William would... Well, better see to my charms.
I'm avoiding our common room, and then the werewolves join the goblins in the upright.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion.
The minister's It was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't. It was Basil Flack.
Oh, fight, fight! It's a bold attack! Was the Minister a boot or the Minister a flack?
Stop it, Peeves! You'll get us in trouble.
In trouble you will be, but you can't get Peeves a flag. She says it's a boot, and he says it's a flag.
Peeves! Enough! You'll get us all...
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso!
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent. So, now, well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso!
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
This can't be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner. Levioso!
I do enjoy a lively duel. If only all my students for this day. Watch your opponent for signs to attack or defend yourself. Use the basic cast when your opponent's guard is down.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Hufflepuff.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
Accio! Lumos!
Huh. Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
Revelio!
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know.
Unsanctioned? I don't...
Yes. To keep student... If you want to get them, whether it's joining us, you just have to be clever.
Thank you, Sebastian.
Good. Pleasure. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned. Look for Luke and Brattleby near... Till next time.
Revelio. Protego!
Might as well be surrounded by Jarvies.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Nothing more, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your...
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented students. And she knows the area. She'll keep you well clear of...
Rookwood?
Once you've finished, Professor... No time to waste.
Revelio. Revelio.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Revelio. Protego. Revelio. Revelio. Protego. Revelio. Revelio.
Up now, Annabelle. It was a long time ago.
Revelio. 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 Lumos. Accio. Levioso. Lumos. Revelio. I should come back to this another time. Revelio.
Exactly your description. This cannot possibly be.
I'm surprised they're allowed to.
Hello, Lenora. What are you looking at?
Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. Do come and find me if you stumble on something illuminating
Revelio.
the mystery.
Everyone knows you're Garlic's favorite. That's absurd. I don't think she even knows.
Lumos.
She always gives
That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby.
Your mantra did nearly die. Oh, that's so unfair. It was obviously as old as the moon.
This looks like the location from the painting. What could be so special about it?
What are you up to now? Half a bottle of flabbergasted leech.
Lumos. Let's get you back to your frame, little moth.
The people I feel sorry for.
Ha! I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
I wonder why Madame Figaro.
Lenora! I solved the mystery of...
You did?
I found the location.
All very logical, I suppose. You have a knack for solving. Well, I'm glad someone figured. The moth! I should have seen that.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is. Revelio. Lumos. Protego. Levioso. Revelio. Lumos. Accio. Got it. A flying page must be around here somewhere.
Might some kind soul help me?
Brilliant.
I trust the preliminary task. Marvelous. You clearly... Let us give the old... Remember to be...
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Accio. Protego.
Simply because you had one victory over Sallow. He never backs down.
If only a new student.
Revelio.
Might some kind soul help me?